I was born with Alpha-Mannosidosis, and I was not diagnosed until I was 3.5.
Being first-time parents, I, had a little bit of a rough delivery. We didn't really know what was going on. She started to have infantile seizures. She wouldn't sleep well at night. She had trouble with foods, so she would get sick all night long.
Unfortunately with me, I literally was working nonstop. I just wasn't there to see everything that Danielle was seeing. Of course, everybody was like, "You're a new mother, you're just paranoid." And thank God Danielle kept pushing, because Danielle was the one who saved her daughter numerous times.
The pediatrician she had at the time was very persistent about the changes in Sarah's skull.
I also had this underlying condition, craniosynostosis. So my skull was not forming properly. People will notice my scar. And this scar was from a surgery that I had when I was 1.5 years. And the scar is actually from ear to ear.
The day that we received the diagnosis, we had also been at an audiology appointment. We had found out that she had a moderate hearing loss. The diagnosis came about due to her having a tonsil and adenoidectomy. The surgeon had come back to get her. I had asked him to biopsy those. And that actually was what prompted their discovery.
Her asking the doctor to biopsy the tonsils, like, she's not a nurse. She has no medical background.
No.
And I believe without that, who knows how much longer we would have went.
The genetics team of doctors said that she had a lysosomal storage disease, which was a metabolic disease, and that they had tracked down a doctor in Norway and found that she could have a bone marrow transplant.
That essentially saved my life, because if I didn't have that bone marrow transplant, there's a good opportunity that I would be in a wheelchair right now, barely communicating.
Finding out that a bone marrow transplant would be a possibility for a cure was really a turning point in our life. When she was about 1 year out of transplant, she had a follow-up for her hearing exam and found that her hearing impairment, which was a moderate hearing loss, had totally disappeared. The audiologist was crying. She had never seen a hearing loss of this type disappear, and so Sarah no longer had to wear hearing aids. Science and technology has really learned more about the brain elasticity, and that's why she still goes through a brain therapy today called neurofeedback, and just really trying to create new neural pathways that weren't established.
Through my whole process of being involved with this neurofeedback, it's just sparked this interest of learning more and helping other people who are receiving the neurofeedback themselves.
Sarah actually was our strength because she smiled through everything. I mean, she just always had this happy, glowing spirit about her.
It's just in my bones to be ambitious and to just constantly be doing something for the greater good.
Like, she'll be having a bad day and she still finds the strength to put on her happy face and do what's needed.
When I was in elementary school, I always was like, I'm going to be an author one day.
She had started a blog sharing her story about what she's dealing with and, her challenges that she faces every day. Families around the world have actually found her when they've gotten diagnosed and just happen to try to do a search, and because she puts that she's living with Alpha-Mannosidosis or born with Alpha-Mannosidosis on there, they have found her.
It's so cool just connecting with another person who was born with the same thing that you were born with, because it helps you feel not alone.
That's what's amazing, that she's actually touching people around the world.
It's so much better when we do life together.